let's talk about Halo BRs. This was something I was talking about with the J. Drew recently. Halo with Halo Infinite. Halo 6 is what I'm calling it, but it's officially what? Halo Infinite. 343 has been adamant that the only BR that they're interested in is the battle rifle. They're not interested in Battle Royale. 343 seems to be, in the words of my friend, the J. Drew, leaving cash on the table, right? With the Battle Royale, there's the opportunity. There's the ability to have a free game, let people play, do the microtransactions, not pay to win, but the microtransactions for like skins, weapon skins, etc. And do something more interesting, right? Slayer, the whole team deathmatch motif is just so overdone. It's boring now. It's, I don't know, it's blasé, I guess you could say. Whereas the idea of a circle, an island, a ring where you never know. I mean, it's a massive land mass, right? Of some sort, or space land mass. You never know which portion is going to be playable. You never know where it's going to move you to. You never know where the loot is. See, with Halo and Slayer, you know exactly where the sniper rifle is. You know exactly where the beam rifle is. You know exactly where the rockets are. You know exactly where all the heavy hitting weapons are. It's like that by design. It's a symmetrical style system, or sometimes it is asymmetrical. But it's a consistent game type. Okay? And because of that, it makes it feel very monotonous. Right? Think about it. Team deathmatch, monotonous. Slayer, monotonous. SWAT, even more monotonous. Snipers, just as monotonous as SWAT. Okay? The best you could do is get into like big team battle. That feels a little less monotonous just because you've got a little more variation. Larger maps, so to speak. You've got some capture the flag, some assault, some King of the Hill. Okay, so that helps, but it's still very monotonous. Battle Royale really solved that monotony, right? And made, well, I shouldn't say solved it, but it greatly improved upon it. And as a result, it could be that 343 is trying to pull the wool over our eyes here. Maybe they are working on a battle royale. And so I've been thinking through, and I know a lot of people have online, and so I'm not the first to do this, but there's a lot of different ways you could go about doing a battle royale. So first of all, I've got a ton of notes. I'm just going to talk through them here because it's interesting to me. What if you had, like, PUBG had, for the longest time, it just had Erangel or however you pronounce it, Erangel. And you fly into Erangel, you parachute down, stop there. What if you're in Halo, you're approaching Delta Halo, okay? And then you're approaching ship, you're able to drop, like, ODSTs in Halo 3 and even in Halo 2, you drop in on an ODST pod. So what if you drop in an ODST pod at a place of your choice? You choose where, and it sends you there. And then you get out, and you start to loot. Now, I'm not sure if I want it where you're a Spartan or if you're an ODST, but something along those lines, of course, right? And you got to go find your weapons. You're going to find all the stuff that you would find in a regular Slayer match. Your needlers, your plasma pistols, your plasma rifles, your beam rifles, your sniper rifles, your pistols, your BRs, your DMRs, your ARs, right? You're going to find all that stuff out in the wild. So you got to loot. You know, in PUBG, you can get vests, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3. You can get helmets, level 1, level 2, level 3. You know, Halo doesn't need that. If you're a Spartan, you've already got shields, right? So maybe what you find are things like action equipment from Halo 3, right? The ability to have a bubble shield. The ability to have the equivalent of the PUBG flash grenade, right? That sun mechanic thing you throw out and it blinds everybody. Or maybe you have the disruptor that masks your radar position. So you could have different things like that. I think that would be a fair way to do it. Now, in PUBG, you have crate drops, right? You have care packages, airdrops. So maybe those occur, but in them, you can get a better sniper rifle. Let's say a novel one that we've not seen before. That would be kind of cool. Titanfall had an interesting idea where they had two different sniper rifles. One was hit scan, but it required at least 2 shots to kill a person. Or a different one that was more powerful, 1 hit, 1 kill, but you had to lead your shots. What if they did something like that, where you've got the normal sniper rifle from Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5. That's hit scan. But then you get in the crate, now we've got a more powerful sniper, one that requires you to do the leading, okay? And I would also like to see not just leading, but also account for dropping, right? Gravity. What about wind resistance and having to account for left, right, or right, left winds, you know? I think that would be really cool. So crates can be a great advantage. Getting more powerful weapons. Rockets could be in the crates. Spartan lasers could be in the crates. Cloaks, right? That's the equivalent of the PUBG ghillie suit. Could be in the crates. Overshield. You know, that's like level 3 gear, right? Give an overshield in the crate. So crates can be really powerful, but you gotta go loot. So the ring, you've got your ring. Now the ring is 3-dimensional, but everything in the middle is gone, right? Everything in the middle is void. So it's just the perimeter. So the way I envision it on a ring style map is it cuts in half every so often. So like you approach the ring, you drop in, you start looting. After 1 minute, after your carry-in ship, your drop ship is gone, 1 minute later, it gives you your warning. Hey, in 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, we're gonna cut half of this ring off. So you got to start making your way to that applicable half. This will force a lot of encounters because it's just a single perimeter. So it's going to be a fast-moving game. I don't know if we need 100 people or 60. I don't know. But I think it will be really good. Now, then I would want to see like a 5-minute timer. So after 1 minute, we get a 5-minute timer to loot and scoot and get to your position. And the way I see it is if you can't get there on time, you're gone. Your ass is grass. You're dead. There's no, I'm going to hang out in the blue like in PUBG. No, this is, you're in it to win it. You either get there or you die. There's got to be that sense of urgency. Now, we could do like Halo CE and ODST style healing, right? With health packs. I love that idea. And that would also be great for a care package or any sort of crate. And if you maybe you could do something where the sentinels are the ones killing you or hunting you if you're not in the safe zone, instead of the ring being gone. That could work too. I like that idea as well. So the sentinels start pinging you when they see you when you're not in the safe zone, and then you'll need to heal with the health packs later. So then after the 5 minutes, it starts to close in. And then after 3 minutes, after it closes, then the next phase will close in. Then after maybe 1 minute, so we go 5, 3, 1, then it closes in. And then for 1 minute thereafter, every stage. I think that could really work. I envision like 8 stages before the final ring. So roughly 15 minutes. That's the same as like a Slayer round. 15 minutes. So the games are going to be a little bit more quick, I think, than say a PUBG round, because I think I've had some games of PUBG that go 45 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So I'd like to see that. Carrying the analogy further, we've got vests and helmets in PUBG. We've got shields and the overshield and the cloak in Halo. We've already talked about the care packages, which could include more powerful snipers, rockets, the Spartan laser. Could even include radar. What if you didn't have radar like SWAT and Team Snipers? But if you go get a care package, now you can pick up a radar. So in the care package, you can get the radar, and then in the regular loot system, you can get the anti-radar. That would be interesting, right? Interestingly enough, PUBG has a lot of different throwables, right? You've got the pineapple grenades, you've got smokes, flash grenades, Molotovs. In Halo, you've got the pineapple grenades, you've got plasma grenades, you've got the brute spike grenades, you've got the fireball things. So there's lots of different throwables there that ports over, that translates really well. I already talked about the health packs. That would take the place of first aids, med kits, bandages. Not exactly the same. There's not as many degrees, but I think that works. There is no boosts, but if you think about it, if you're using Halo shields, they recharge on their own. The only difference is you got to worry about your health meter in addition to your shields. So this would definitely need the Halo CE health mechanic or the ODST health mechanic. I think that suits it well. What about introducing like Halo 5's game mechanics? The ability for the Spartan slide, the Spartan slam, the Spartan rush, or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. The ability to maneuver side to side, clamber. Keep all that. I love all of that. That's perfect. Let's get some good verticality to the game. Let's get all of that stuff in there. I think that's definitely a staple of the modern era of gaming. Let's keep that. It's beautiful. I love it. But what about Halo 4 or even Halo Reach? Armor abilities that are unique, right? You have to get them in game. None of this customization like Apex Legends, right? This is all fair game material. So the shield, the deployable shield where you walk with it, okay? You got to go find that. So that's loot ability. I kind of think that these should be airdrop or care package items only. So the shield lockout, the one where the Spartan, bends over, puts fists down on the ground, and they're like impervious to everything. They could stop a freaking tank if they wanted to, right? that's awesome. The external shield that they could deploy at any time and move forward with that, that's cool. Rocket boosters, I mean, that's pretty OP. But that's what you do when you go to a crate, right? You want those airdrops to have valuable content that causes people to want to go get it. And I think rocket boosters, although I wouldn't want them, people would want them. I know they would, and they would go crazy for that stuff. So what about the Mirage thing, right? Apex Legends was not the first people to have that. I don't think Halo was the first either, but Halo Reach and Halo 4 had that. And I think that could be useful as well. I don't think it would work out very good tactically, but it could work. We've talked about the parachute. We've talked about... so in PUBG, you have getting rezzed, right? When you get knocked, you want to get revived, rezzed, okay? In Halo 5, when you got... Because you're part of a team, right? When you got... hit and your health was depleted, you would basically take a knee and say, "I need help," or something to that effect. So there's already a Halo system for the res knock portion of the game. So just bring that in Halo 5, from Halo 5 into Halo 6 Infinite BR, and we're good to go. Now, what's cool is in Halo 5, there's varying levels of warthogs and other vehicles, right? So in my mind, we don't want any flying vehicles. No Banshees, no Hornets, nothing like that. Not even Pelicans. So warthogs. There are armored versions, there are unarmored versions. There are weaponed versions, there are no weapon versions. So in the field, you can get the unarmored, no weapon versions of the Warthog. That's perfect. But if you get the equivalent of the PUBG flare gun, you could call in an armored rocket pod Warthog, or a machine gun Warthog, or a Gauss Hog Warthog. One of those special armored weaponed Warthogs. I think that would be really smart to do. We could include ghosts for a speedier version, and that could work out well. Now, the final few things that I'll say is that not only could we have a map where you drop into a ring, but maybe we have a map where you drop into Reach. But maybe we drop in at Reach. Maybe we drop in at New Mombasa. Maybe we drop in on the Ark. So we have a lot of different solutions, and each one offers a different kind of game. The ring is very two-dimensional, so to speak, right? Because you can only go left or right. There's no in between. There's no middle ground. The ring is void in the middle, right? So that's unique. But then maybe on Reach, maybe it's I don't know, more mountainous, and then you've got New Mombasa, that's more city oriented. So there's a lot of different options, and I think it will make for really unique gameplay within the system itself. Think about PUBG. You've got Erangel, an island. You've got Sandhawk, an island. You've got Vikendi, an island. Already, 3 of the 4 maps are practically the same. They're practically the same. Miramar is different in the sense that it's a landmass. It does have an island on it, but it is not completely surrounded by water, so you are very limited in your ability to transport yourself from one end to the other end. Whereas on all the others, you could technically get a boat and do a complete 360 around it. Miramar as well as Sandhawk both offer rivers to get through. Vikendi, I think, does have a river, but I think most of it is frozen, so that kind of doesn't help. But my point is still the same. 3 of the 4 maps are pretty much the same. Can we get a series of maps in Halo that will be completely unique to each other and provide a good gaming experience? I think so. So those are my ideas on a battle royale. I hope that Halo comes out with something like that. 343, don't let us down. We very much want a BR. We want more than just a BR. We want a great multiplayer experience all around. Happy to hear that the multiplayer experience is going to be free. But don't forget the BR. Not the battle rifle, but the battle royale. That's what we all really, really, really want. You can take my ideas and run with them. You can scrap them and stuff them and stick them in a stew. You could do what you want, but please give us a battle royale. That's what I want.